Skills are people's abilities, knowledge, and expertise that are needed to carry out specific tasks or activities effectively. People can acquire these skills through formal education, training, and experiences gained in different settings such as work, volunteer opportunities, and personal interests. In today's fast-changing and competitive job market, skills have become a vital aspect that employers consider when recruiting candidates for jobs, and thus for educators to consider when building curricula. Currently, the demand for a skilled workforce has never been greater. As a result, we must clearly understand what skills are, why they are important, and how skill sets can be developed and improved over time. Understanding skills is also essential for labor statisticians, economists, educators, and employers who must track, measure, and assess skills for different purposes. Why are job skills used in employment? Skills play a critical role in the labor market, and are essential to economic growth, productivity, and innovation. The emphasis on job skills has evolved, reflecting changes in the labor market and the needs of employers. In the past, job skills were primarily focused on technical or vocational skills, such as carpentry, welding, or electrical work. However, as the economy has become more knowledge-based, the demand for a wider range of skills has increased. Skill sets can be broadly classified into four main categories: technical, soft, transferable, and adaptive. Technical skills are specific abilities and knowledge required for a particular job or field. Examples include programming, data analysis, graphic design, or operating specialized machinery. Technical skills are essential, particularly in healthcare, manufacturing, and construction industries, where individuals require specialized knowledge to perform their jobs effectively. Also known as interpersonal skills or people skills, soft skills include communication, teamwork, adaptability, and problem-solving abilities. They are essential for effective collaboration, leadership, and navigating workplace dynamics, and are particularly critical in service industries where employees interact with customers. Transferable skills are versatile skills, which can be applied across different industries and job roles. Examples include critical thinking, time management, project management, and effective communication. As the job market continues to evolve, these skills are becoming increasingly important. Adaptive skills reflect an individual's ability to learn, embrace change, and adapt to new technologies, methodologies, and workplace environments. Digital acumen is a key example of these adaptive skills, as new systems and ways of thinking happen at breakneck speed in the digital realm. Determining one's skill set. Understanding one's skill set is a crucial step in career planning and job search. People can assess their skill sets by reflecting on their education, work experience, and strengths. A skill is the learned or innate ability to act with determined results with good execution, often within a given amount of time, energy, or both. Skills can often be divided into domain general and domain-specific skills. Some examples of general skills include time management, teamwork, and leadership and self-motivation. In contrast, domain-specific skills would be used only for a certain job, e.g. operating a sandblaster. Skill usually requires certain environmental stimuli and situations to assess the level of skill being shown and used. A skill may be called an art when it represents a body of knowledge or branch of learning, as in the art of medicine or the art of war. Although the arts are also skills, there are many skills that form an art but have no connection to the fine arts. People need a broad range of skills to contribute to the modern economy. A joint ASTD and U.S. Department of Labor study showed that through technology, the workplace is changing, and identified 16 basic skills that employees must have to be able to change with it. 3 broad categories of skills are suggested: technical, human, and conceptual. The first 2 can be substituted with hard and soft skills, respectively. Hard skills, also called technical skills, are any skills relating to a specific task or situation. It involves both understanding and proficiency in such specific activity that involves methods, processes, procedures, or techniques. These skills are easily quantifiable, unlike soft skills, which are related to one's personality. These are also skills that can be or have been tested and may entail some professional, technical, or academic qualification. Holistic competencies is an umbrella term for different types of generic skills, example critical thinking, problem-solving skills, positive values and attitudes, example resilience, appreciation for others, which are essential for lifelong learning and whole person development. Skilled workers have long had historical import as electricians, masons, carpenters, blacksmiths, bakers, brewers, coopers, printers and other occupations that are economically productive. Skilled workers were often politically active through their craft guilds. An ability and capacity acquired through deliberate, systematic, and sustained effort to smoothly and adaptively carry out complex activities or job functions involving ideas, cognitive skills, things, technical skills, and/or people, interpersonal skills. According to the Portland Business Journal, people skills are described as understanding ourselves and moderating our responses, talking effectively and empathizing accurately, building relationships of trust, respect, and productive interactions. A British definition is the ability to communicate effectively with people in a friendly way, especially in business. The term is already listed in major U.S. dictionaries. The term people skills is used to include both psychological skills and social skills but is less inclusive than life skills. Social skills are any skills facilitating interaction and communication with others. Social rules and relations are created, communicated, and changed in verbal and nonverbal ways. The process of learning such skills is called socialization. Soft skills are a combination of interpersonal people skills, social skills, communication skills, character traits, attitudes, career attributes and emotional intelligence quotient, EQ, among others. Development and maintenance. Development of a very high level of skill is often desirable for economic, social, or personal reasons. In his 2008 book Outliers, Canadian journalist Malcolm Gladwell proposed the 10,000-hour rule, that world-class skill could be developed by practicing for 10,000 hours. This principle was disputed by other commentators, pointing out feedback is necessary for improvement, and that practice is no guarantee of success. In his 2019 book Range, Why Generalists Triumph in a Specialized World, David Epstein argues that a period of sampling different activities, whether musical instruments, sports, or professions, can be helpful before choosing a specialization. Epstein argues that many tasks require a variety of skills which tend to be possessed by more well-rounded people, and finding a task which is a better fit to one's personality and interests can overcome the advantage otherwise provided by having more practice earlier in life and attempting peak performance as a younger person. Someone who has demonstrated a high level of knowledge or skill in multiple disciplines is known as a polymath, or in musical performance, a multi-instrumentalist. A long-standing question is to what extent skills can be learned versus the degree that innate talent is required for high-caliber performance. Epstein finds evidence for both sides with respect to high-performance sport in his 2013 book The Sports Gene. For thinking tasks, the heritability of IQ has been extensively studied to try to answer this question, though does not necessarily map directly onto skill level for any given thinking task. A study of professional and master tenpin bowlers found that average scores declined less than 10% from age 20 to age 70. This decline in a sport focusing on skill and technique is considerably smaller than that of events dominated by muscular strength, cardiovascular endurance, or agility, which are known to decrease about 10% per decade. Skill building is a hands-on active learning and experiential learning by doing approach to education, in contrast to lectures and rote learning where the student plays a very passive role. Communication skills, the ability to convey information effectively, both verbally and in writing, and to listen actively. Critical thinking skills, the capacity to analyze, evaluate, and interpret information to make informed decisions and solve complex problems. Collaboration skills, The aptitude to work effectively as part of a team, contribute ideas, and respect diverse perspectives. Creativity and innovation skills, the ability to think outside the box, generate new ideas, and approach challenges with a fresh perspective. Emotional intelligence, the capability to understand and manage one's emotions, empathize with others, and build strong interpersonal relationships. They are core personal qualities and skills that any employer in the world would recognize and value. I think of them as portable skills. They are, quite simply, skills which you can apply throughout your life and to many different job roles. The more of these you have, or can acquire, the better your chances of finding work, changing jobs, and being employable. Your personal skill set includes your personal qualities, your way of being you. They're important because they often define you and how others may think of you. Your future success depends on the trust that others feel comfortable placing on you. Don't forget this. Your personal brand goes with you from place to place and job to job, and your personal reputation is key to your future success. Can you be trusted? Do you demonstrate being trustworthy? When has someone shown their trust in you? What did that look like? Were you left in charge of someone or something? There are many ways that being trusted plays out, but just think about it for a minute. How many ways are you trusted by those close and around you? To be trusted and to be regarded as trustworthy is an honor. Recognize it in yourself and your life, value it in yourself and your life. We live in unique and challenging times, there is no denying that. At the time of writing this article, we are in the middle of a virus pandemic. I do believe that humans need a break from routine to be able to think differently, to challenge their normal way of being or working. We have witnessed some incredible stories of heroic actions and thoughtfulness at this time. It seems that our world has become a more caring and compassionate place. Compassion is our new norm, showing understanding for others, trying to better understand the views and lifestyles of others, being less judgmental of others, being more compassionate. Empathy and compassion are qualities that translate into personal skills. Think about how understanding you have been in your past towards others and how you can continue to be mindful of this. You need patience to learn. You need patience to improve and become the best you can be. Even those you think of as an overnight success, usually aren't. They would have worked hard, prepared, learned, and then executed their skill or talent. Demonstrating patience can be as obvious as how you listen and wait your turn, but it is also what you use to wait for the right moment to speak, even the right moment to make that choice when gaming. How do you show patience in your life? Whatever challenges and battles await you out there, a determined attitude is a very strong weapon to overcome them. I'm not talking about blind optimism or misplaced confidence. I'm talking about facing tasks and challenges with a determined approach to that task and challenge. People give up for a variety of reasons, but champions in all walks of life will tell you their determination to do their best is what made them the best. It's an inner drive, an inner energy that keeps you going. Think about what you've done in the past or are currently doing that may not even have happened without your determination. Life needs us to be responsible. It starts with us being responsible for our own actions and develops into our responsibilities at home, work, and through sports and hobbies. Being able to take on responsibility and to be able to thrive with this responsibility is definitely a skill which can be taken for granted. Think about how much responsibility you have and continue to have in your life. Can you be relied on to do certain jobs and tasks? Do you get your work and chores done? Do you think you do a good job? The more others rely on you, the more responsibility you will gain. This is not for everyone. Many do not want too many responsibilities. It's about what works for each of us as individuals. Can you be relied on? If a friend asked you be somewhere at a certain time for a good reason, would you be there? When you wake up not feeling great and you have something to do or somewhere to go, what do? Do you do your best and crack on with what's needed, or do you think to yourself someone else can deal with it? Being reliable is like being trustworthy. Others are choosing you to help them, support them, be there for them. Does this sound like you? It's important to ask questions in life, without overanalyzing every thought or action you may have or do. We can't learn without asking the questions. We can't achieve goals without answers to questions. Progression of many kinds comes from being inquisitive, it's how we learn and improve. The why question must be one of the most popular questions of all time, and one of the most necessary. Be brave to question things that you don't understand, it is a strength not a weakness. Are you an inquisitive kind of person? I wish I had a pound for every time a more mature employer has said to me young people don't have good communication skills. How wrong of so many of them. I don't know many older folk that are able to juggle multiple conversations like young people. I watch my own children talking to friends when they're gaming together whilst texting or on social media with other mates, all at the same time. This is complex communication. Think about how you communicate with your friends, family, and carers. I have a feeling that you too have good communication skills and just do it without thinking. Are you impulsive or thoughtful? Do you do stuff without thinking, using instinct or because you just feel it's the right thing to do? Do you stop and think through things before you do them? The answer I suspect is a bit of both. That's okay and totally normal. In a noisy world, taking time to think about stuff can be difficult, so we have to make that time. We cannot sit and think deeply about everything in life. It's about balance, but it's important to recognize that when faced with a problem then we must be prepared to think our way around it. Problem solving is a great skill to have. Do you think about how things could be better? Do you think about how you could do things better? These are signs of thinking and planning, good skills that will always be in demand. Generosity comes in all shapes and sizes. I'm not talking about wealth or money here. Being generous with your time, being generous with your understanding, this is what I'm talking about. It's about giving time, thought and care for others around you in your life. People like spending time with people who have a generous manner and give them the time to better understand, help, and share experiences. A generous spirit in life will get you far. In the end, being kind and generous will actually become a selfish act, because it will make you feel better about yourself too. Thank you for watching this video.